What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls take care of the Grizzlies. 132-107. Matas Buzelis scores 29. Josh Giddey notches yet another triple-double. We got to wave a Taji Woo. We got some Yuki minutes. We'll break it all down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity loft here in downtown Chicago. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. It's free. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bam! Bam! BAWL Sports. We'll hear from our guy, Gottlieb, live from the UC later on tonight's postgame show with his intel from the locker room and his postgame thoughts. Our guy, Joey C., king of the controls. Joey!
Real crowd pleaser tonight.
Bulls!
Whoop.
What?
Again.
What?
Are you ready?
Bulls win!
Okay, give it to me again, though.
Bulls win!
Again for the people.
Bulls win!
Even though it was the Grizzlies.
Bulls win!
Josh Giddey did his thing.
Bulls win!
So did Matas.
Bulls win!
Yuki Mania.
Bulls win!
Taj Gibson, even though he's on the other team.
Bulls win!
Joakim Noah was in the house.
Bulls win!
And one for the people.
Bulls win!
There you are.
What up, Thomas, Michael, Jeremy, Giggities, Yuda, everybody in the chat? What's going on, y'all? Thanks for being here. Let us know your thoughts on tonight's game. We'll get to as many as we can. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. Spread the joy. Bulls take care of business. That's what we kind of anticipated as we discussed it in pregame, Dave. Both teams dealing with a long injury list. The Grizzlies was longer. And the way I saw it, if Matas and Josh were healthy and playing a normal allotment of minutes, and honestly, even Psycho Billy didn't send them back out there in the fourth. Even Psycho Billy didn't feel the need. So Josh only capped himself at 34 minutes, Matas 32. But really, it was just that third quarter. The Bulls cruised. The Grizzlies kind of, feigned a little bit of a comeback there when Spencer knocked down a couple of threes consecutively, when Pat was on the floor saying, I'm trying to be a tank commander. I'm doing my best. But Matas and Josh took care of business against just a full-on bum squad of Grizzly tankers, and that's kind of how I saw this one playing out.
Yeah, the Grizzlies grizzled. It was there. I mean, just an ass.
That's a bad team. That's a team that just lost their 8th straight and earned every one of them.
Yeah. I mean, I know they won. That wasn't a fun game for me to watch.
No.
I'll be honest with you.
Wasn't.
On that. I did not enjoy watching it at all. But because it was a bad team. I'm just watching, two bad teams do bad team stuff. But the Grizzlies out-bad the Chicago Bulls because of the injuries and everything they're dealing with. Yeah. The Bulls definitely took advantage of it starting in the third quarter. That's kind of where you want it to kind of start with your stars. And I thought Giddey kind of led the way for him to start that third quarter. And then Matas Buzelis just, went Matas Buzelis. And how cool is that to say?
Yeah. That's true.
Like Matas Buzelis went Matas Buzelis. Yes. That's cool things to say. So I like what Matas did tonight, man. He understood that we're playing a bum-ass squad. And he took it to him because this is what you do against these kind of teams, man. You try to put their face in the dirt. And, there are other words I could use for that, but I won't. But, yeah, man, I like you said, Billy, Psycho Billy didn't play those guys a ton of minutes. You could tell he knew the game was over in the fourth quarter when he's playing Dillingham, Yuki, and Giddey out there all at the same time. And I'm just like, what? When does Billy do this kind of stuff, man? When he knows that they're going to win a ball game. That's when he does that kind of stuff. But, yeah, Matas Buzelis was definitely the one, and Giddey was definitely the two. And having a triple-double very early into that third quarter, he came out really hot to start that and get it going in that fashion.
10, 8, and 8 at halftime.
Yeah,
and then
bro.
It was like 2 boards, 2 dimes before the 9-minute mark of the third.
Yeah, he continued to attack and only had 2 turnovers and he had 3 steals as well. So again, a low turnover game for Josh Giddey. For me, this wasn't the triple double that I saw from the last one. Like it was like he got a triple double kind of situation for Josh Giddey. I'm not saying that as a diss. It just was like that because only 12 shots for him. He was kind of chilling, and that's really a talented player when you can chill and still fall into a triple double like it's nothing with only 2 turnovers, man, and 3 steals. Like it's impressive. A plus 25 on the floor, and the only person who bested him, or I should say the only 2 who bested him, was Matas at a plus 26 and Jalen Smith at a plus 30 tonight for the Bulls. So yeah, they dominated that second half. They grabbed the rope. They did not let go, and they continued to attack, and they walked away with the victory.
That they did. And look, I'm not gonna make this W sound better than it is. Mm-hmm. That's a crap Grizzlies team.
It is.
You won handily. By the way, I think they pointed out on the broadcast, largest Bulls lead held at any point in any game since January 20th.
Yeah, 2 months.
And I remarked to you, I'm honestly shocked that it was that recent. This is not a team that has had a lot of big leads this season.
No.
Even before all these trades, even when they were healthier than they are now, they don't really have the capacity to do so.
Yeah.
As Billy says all the time and Goat relays to us, thin margins. Thin margins everywhere.
Very thin.
That's a bad Grizzlies team that, they had Cedric Howard, Wells, and Scrubs out there.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
So, yeah, it's great that we saw Matas go off for an 18-point quarter on his way to 29, a team-high 29. I think a game-high 29 at that. Yes, indeedy.
Correct.
It's great that we saw another Josh Giddey triple-double. What did he, 16, 15, and 13?
15, and 13.
Great. That's just like, Josh being Mega Josh in the triple-double department. That's great. I'm not going to give them a whole ton of credit because they did it against a crap team.
Yeah.
In March Madness form. Great. And look, was I hoping for a W tonight? No. Was I expecting a W tonight? Yes. It's kind of where we are. So long as Josh and Matas were out there, the Bulls were not going to lose this game to that team.
Not to this team.
And that is a credit to them.
Yeah.
Those 2 players, if healthy, are good enough that when they go against a squad like that, they should win.
They should.
And tonight they did so comfortably because, as you said, they kept the turnovers down.
Right.
Matas got hot for a quarter, hit like 5 threes in the third.
Crazy.
The Bulls took care of business.
Yeah.
Good for them. I see people in the chat talking about, we need lottery luck, says Mulligan at this point. But Giggity saying like that Grizzlies team was so bad, Memphis is complete, what, so we knew we'd win. Yeah, exactly. I thought even before tonight that the Bulls catching Memphis in the lottery standings was going to be a real long shot.
Yeah.
If you lost to the Grizzlies twice, tonight and then again when you play them a week from Saturday, maybe you'd have a shot at that.
Yeah.
I didn't see it happening.
Yeah.
Now the danger is falling below Milwaukee. That's the thing you can't afford right now. But I'm not going to get all bent out of shape because of a W that I 100% saw coming. Yeah. I'm also not going to shower it with praise for being something other than it was.
Yeah.
The refuse to tank Bulls beating up a bum squad that is tanking. That's what we all just watched.
They are for sure.
Don't make more of it. Don't make less of it.
I mean, 100% they're on that tank train for sure. They tried to make it a game. I believe they closed the gap to about 7 or 6. Like they tried to make a run, but you knew after that run that the game was over. like you just knew. Like you were like, okay, they made it. Okay, when do the Bulls make theirs? Oh, right now? Okay, thank you, Trey Jones. Yep, Bulls go up 10, and that's a wrap. We're done right here. I think the game was over on the Nick Richards screen when Trey Jones went up and he hit the shot, and they initially called it a foul, and they overturned it. Yeah. And when they overturned it, they count the bucket. The very next play, they get to steal it, and they go score.
Greatest challenge in Billy's life.
Oh, my God. Man, that is his dream right there, though. It was that kind of challenge. But when that happened, I was like, yeah, the game's done. They're finished because they just gave their best shot to try to get back into the game. And, man, it got taken away from them by the Bulls, as they should. Listen, the Bulls are a better team. You know what I mean? They have more talent on their team right now that's healthy.
Yep.
Right now than the Memphis Grizzlies do. So they should have come out and did what they did tonight in this game. But it started with the starting five for the Bulls, man. Like, those are the guys that really just took it to them, and that should let you know everything right there. Like, all that starting five was going crazy.
All five in double figures.
All the five in double figures, man. Like, they did their thing, and just even looking at the rebounding, they were doing their thing. Like, in all those little margins, like, they really stepped up, and they did exactly what they're supposed to do against these kind of teams. And that's how it should be. This is how it should look when you're a better team than that. Again, like Matt said, we both wanted the loss. Like, I was thinking, like I said, I hated watching this game. Like, it was not fun to sit there and watch it. Even though you root for the loss, I wanted to be entertained. Literally, when we finished pregame, that was the first thing I said. I just wanted to be entertained. You know, I knew what the win was coming. I wanted some entertainment. And they gave me some light one because Yuki came in the game.
Yuki!
Shout out to him for the entertainment that he did. Shout out to Dillingham, who we'll get into also, who did a really good job as well. And but yeah, man, like, they were just better. Like, they were simply better, and they showed it. And that's what you're going to get when you're playing these teams that you know are lesser than them, and you're trying to win every single game. This is kind of how it's going to look.
Wouldn't losing tonight have been alarming? All things considered, I understand bigger picture. You want the L to go in the ledger, but if they had lost, and I see a lot of people in the comments right now, Josh and Matas, they played well tonight. They should have.
Right.
They should have played well tonight.
Yeah.
They should have taken care of business and beaten this team by 25 points. If they had lost tonight, I would have found it alarming.
For sure. And like our guy Paul in the chat, what's up, Paul, saying not sure Billy could have fielded a team that would lose tonight.
Exactly.
That's what we were just saying.
Yeah,
like, if Matas and Josh are healthy tonight, as much as the pro tankers may have been coveting an L, you weren't getting it against that Grizzly squad.
Too good.
Who had 40-year-old Taj Gibson out there playing real minutes.
Shout out.
Bless his heart. And all respect
court,
to him.
Playing half court at times, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And, I think one of the Grizzlies got knocked up earlier in that game, and maybe Taj checked into that game earlier than was the plan. But, my shock got knocked up early and then left. And then he did end up coming back in, but that's why and when Taj checked in. But, yes, you're 100% correct, Joey. If Matas and Josh are out there playing 30-plus minutes and the Bulls lose that game, yikes. Like, hell yeah, I'll take it for the tank, but that would have been a very bad sign. It's so good for them, I guess, for taking care of business against that squad. Juan in the chat saying, why did the Bulls try to derail my tank train? I've been on this ride all year, and they want to destroy me. Jason, meanwhile, saying, we all want losses, but you can't tell Matas to not shoot. It is what it is, and that Grizz squad was like a full-on G League team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, our guy David Lithgow, bless his heart, what up, David, saying, this is the point, Matthew. First of all, short list of people who are allowed to call me that. You are not on that list. Josh and Matas are the future, them balling clearly better than moving one spot in the lottery. It depends upon whom they are balling. Against this Grizzly squad, Matas 29, Josh triple-double. Yeah. Great. I'm not doing cartwheels about it.
No.
They beat up a high school team.
But to Joey C's point and what he's saying about would you be upset, I think it would be, for me, how they lost if they did lose this game to the Grizzlies. If I saw the Grizzlies go crazy from the three-point line, I'd be like, yeah, okay, they just went nuts, from the three-point line. I could live with that. I'll be like, fine. That's clearly an anomaly. That clearly doesn't say that it's a step backwards. So if Giddey and Matas are still doing their thing in the game, but Spencer goes crazy, and the other guys go crazy from that three-point line, okay, I can live with that, But I didn't expect it to be. But you see what I'm saying? To your point, though, Joey, what I'm saying is it has to be a certain set of special circumstances for you to be like, oh, okay, it's all right. Yeah, they lost to them. I get it. Because these dudes shot 95% from the three-point line, and they didn't miss a three from the second quarter run. Like, yeah, I get that. Understandable. Like, you're never going to see those things again. But just an in general, regular, knockdown, drag-out type of basketball game, if the Bulls had lost it in that kind of fashion, yeah, then I absolutely 100% see your point.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulls shot above 50% from the field, beat Memphis there. They hit more threes on a better clip than Memphis. They hit more free throws on more attempts and more efficiently at the free throw line than Memphis.
Yeah.
The Bulls did turn the ball over 16 times tonight, but guess what? Memphis had 17 turnovers.
They did.
Bulls actually had an edge there in second chance points. Kudos to them. We talked also in pregame about the Bulls crashing the offensive glass because that's a spot where Memphis is particularly vulnerable right now with a lot of small ball lineups. Bulls had 13 offensive boards. The Bulls did all of the logical things that a team could have done to win that game and therefore won it.
There it is.
Fact, not something to celebrate, in my opinion. We got to knock out our first ad break. We'll come back. Still plenty of stuff to get into from tonight's game. You mentioned Dillingham. We could talk about him. We could talk about Yuki. We could talk about Leonard. We could talk about whoever you want and whatever you want out there in Bulls Nation in the chat. Let us know what's on your mind. More plus the GOAT. Still all ahead after this. Hit the like.
Getting old. It's a thing that happens, man.
Hello.
It's unavoidable for the lucky ones. You want to get old, and you want your money to get old as well. So that's why you need to be messing with the cool people at Old National Bank, because whether it's on the field or in your financial life, the best teams win by delivering excellence at every single level. And at Old National Bank, we believe every play matters. From everyday checking to long-term planning and commercial banking, their team is here to build momentum and to help you move the ball forward. Caleb Williams. It all starts with a plan tailored for you by professionals that you trust. From simple tasks to bigger financial moments, you can count on them to coordinate your needs with a steady, knowledgeable guidance that brings clarity and confidence to each and every step of the journey. It's a partnership designed to help you feel supported, not just today, but well into that future, y'all. It's Old National Bank, member FDIC, where relationships and results matter.
CHGO Bulls is also brought to you by Four Seasons, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Hey, Chicago, it's still winter.
Yeah.
Did you think it wasn't?
Yeah.
You silly goose. There is snow on the ground.
It is.
More on the way.
It is.
Is your home's system up to the test? Why not call Four Seasons and make sure it is? Maybe you're thinking about a whole home generator. Four Seasons got you covered there, too. At Four Seasons, they guarantee same-day installation for all of your heating, cooling, plumbing, electric, and generator needs without any extra charges for nights, weekends, or even holidays.
Celebrate.
Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with Four Seasons. Furnaces starting at $39 a month. Furnace AC combos just $57 a month. And if you call today, you can save $50 from your trusted local experts. That's Four Seasons, heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. They have been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. So visit them. Visit FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com for all of their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's FourSeasonsHeatingCooling.com. CHGO Bulls postgame rolls along here on Monday night after a Bulls fairly easy win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Peck, Big Dave, our guy Joey on the controls. Goat will join us in a little while. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit the like if you didn't do it during that ad break. It's free. Ron Yu in the chat asking a question. Is any tanking team, no need for the quotes, we know what tanking teams are, playing their best players other than the Bulls? That's an interesting question, Dave.
It is an interesting question.
Cooper Flag came back recently.
Cooper has
Cooper's playing.
continued to play deep into this Dallas season, and they certainly are a team that you would put in the tanking category right now.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, I think DeMar just put up a monstrous performance for the Kings and yet another win for them. I think they've won like 4 of their last 5.
Them and Westbrook are still playing for sure.
So, yes, there are some other teams out there that are hoping for L's but still playing their players. And that's the other thing, Dave. Like, I think when you're looking at tonight and also now the remaining 14 games in the season, unless Josh or Matas are told by the Bulls medical staff / Billy, are you sure that ankle's okay? The Bulls aren't going to be able to field, funny as it may sound because of the shorthandedness that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
But we were talking about in pregame, we might see a return of Anthony Simons sometime soon.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey, also a possibility.
Maybe.
They're going to be hard-pressed to field a tankier team than any of the other sub-teams that they have remaining on their schedule.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Billy wants to win.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the bottom line. Billy wants to win. And that's what was going to happen. He's going to coach to try to win the basketball game, period. That's how it's going to go. So the healthier the guys get, the more he's going to go back into the regular rotations.
Yeah.
The more he's going to lean back on those veterans. You're going to see certain guys' minutes decrease who we think should be increasing, and certain guys' minutes increase who we think should be decreasing. Like, that is just what's going to happen, and you've got to be resigned to that and understand that that's what's coming. So within the meantime, between time, you just hope for certain losses, at least as a fan. You hope for certain kind of losses and hope for certain kind of things to happen. But me, I've given up on all that a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, I've been past that a while ago. They have nothing in them that says that we are trying to get this L, and they're not designed in such a way that they can go out there and kind of, get that L. They're just not built as that kind of team. And you can't just rely and lay on the younger guys who are still developing and things like that. No, the Bulls have some guys who are day one guys. Like, Josh Giddey's a day one person, and Matas Buzelis is a day one person. Trey Jones is a day one guy. Jalen Smith as well. Like, those guys are for real basketball players that are going to be on your team and playing from the opening night. So it's nothing to really figure out there. It's just, can certain guys get better, like Matas? Can they get better at doing certain things on the floor? That's what you're looking at. But the guys that I'm talking about, that's a Dillingham. You know what I mean? That's a Lockie. You know what I mean? Those are those kind of guys that you're trying to figure out. Leonard Miller even, trying to figure out, exactly what it is. They don't have enough of those on the team. And if you looked at Memphis, they got a ton of those on their team as far as who does what. Can you do who? Huh? You shoot? Really? You left-handed? Oh, man, I ain't know that. That's crazy. Wait a minute. What you mean you can jump? Your vertical's what? Like, yeah, you're finding out stuff as they're playing. It's not like that with the Bulls, man. They're a little more structured.
So, I mean, yeah, with that, why don't we get to our big takeaway for the evening, shall we, Dave?
Sure.
The big takeaway is presented by our friends at Xfinity.
Hello,
and
Xfinity.
Their wonderful, wonderful internet.
They
Xfinity, imagine that. I think big takeaway, and Mike Elm in the chat here saying, they said during the broadcast that Giddey's going to play in both of these back-to-back games coming up with no restrictions. Yeah. I heard that as well.
I did too.
That is the Bulls way. That is the Billy Donovan way.
Boom.
If Giddey's healthy, if Matas is healthy,
you're playing.
They aren't out-tanking teams down the stretch.
Nope.
They're just not. They might lose to better competition.
Sure.
And speaking of that back-to-back, it's Toronto-Cleveland. Teams currently holding the 6th and 4th seeds in the East, respectively, with playoff aspirations one eye down the road.
Tough teams.
Those are teams that the Bulls could very well lose to.
Yes.
Even if Matas and Josh are both playing and playing well.
Yes.
Because those teams are playoff teams.
Yes.
The Bulls are the Bulls. But I think that is something that Bulls fans, wherever you are on the spectrum of pro-tank, anti-tank, whatever, just have to come to grasp in terms with is we're not going to see Billy manufacture L's.
Yeah.
I think I saw somebody in the chat just a moment ago saying, Thomas, don't blame Billy or the players, blame AK for this situation.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Yeah. 100%.
Bingo.
100%.
AK's the one who made those trades before the deadline, but then also Simons, I know, is hurt right now and not playing, but Sexton, even shorter-term injury, but also did not play tonight. They've helped you get some wins that you maybe didn't need or want. You got veterans like Richards and Yabusele. Yabusele went on a one-man run in the first half that I didn't necessarily love watching. Because why? But that is the situation with this roster. And right now I'm just crossing all possible appendages that can be crossed and saying whatever Hail Marys to whatever lottery odds and gods that the Bulls, they just don't fall below Milwaukee. I think after this win tonight, I've given up any remaining hope I had of them moving up from 9th in the lottery. Yeah. I just don't see that happening now.
Yeah.
I didn't really see it happening before tonight's action.
Yeah, at all.
After tonight's action, I am even more convinced there is no way the Bulls move up. There is a risk of them moving down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that for me, that's more of the reality. There's more of a risk of them moving down than it is moving up. But yeah, like I said, I gave that up a while ago, man. I saw how they were playing and how Billy is trying to coach them. And, he wants to win all the time. That's going to tip in your favor at some point in time, bro. Seriously, they got a bunch of wins, and he's coached them to several wins that I was like, I don't think they should have had that one. Or I was like, I don't know how they got that one. But Billy's a good coach. That's the bottom line of it. I would never blame him. I would never fault him for this situation. I would never blame the players. I would never fault the players with this situation. They are paid to play. All right, they are nobody like you just go out there and not win. Like seriously, man. Like your job is to get out there and try to win the basketball game. Shout out Herm Edwards. You play to win the game. That's your job. The front office's job is to put you in a better position. That's their job. They failed. AK failed. You know what I mean? Eversley and them failed. Jerry and them failed. They failed in this situation and are continuing to do so as we sit here and continue to watch this. So it's okay. It's all right, man. They still have a chance. You're in the running for the draft pick. It's supposed to be a deep draft. We still have, some luck on our side, hopefully. So we'll be watching that draft along with you all as well. Please join us for that. And we'll see how it works out. But as far as, getting the best percentage possible and all those other things, Matt, no, for me, that's been done. I'm like, Bulls are locked in my opinion, like they were in a play-in 9th seed.
Yeah.
They are locked in right now to those odds that they have, man. And that's just what it is. And going forward, like I said, you're just watching the game a little differently because you're looking at certain players and seeing what the future can hold for this team.
Corin Chuck in the chat pointing out the Bulls could easily lose 6 of their next 7. And, yeah, I was looking at their upcoming schedule too. Their remaining schedule in March, that back-to-back force being Raptors, Cavs. Then you got Rockets, Sixers, Thunder, Grizzlies, Spurs. You could lose all of those games except for when you see the Grizzlies again. But you're probably going to beat those Grizzlies again.
Yeah.
So, keeping pace with the other tankers, as Goat has pointed out once or twice, doesn't help the Bulls right now. It just only prevents them, hopefully, from falling beneath Milwaukee. But that is absolutely something to do. If they get to a point this season, and look, thank goodness the Bucks won this weekend, but now the Bulls are right there with them at 28 wins.
They are.
I don't know. Just the medical staff at that point would have to go to Josh and or Matas.
Right.
Dude, back-to-backs?
Yeah.
You got a back-to-back later this week.
Yeah.
You got a back-to-back Friday, Saturday next weekend.
Yeah.
Why play Josh and Matas in both of those games?
Well, Giddey,
in both of those sets? Why?
I know Giddey wants it, though.
Well, of course.
He wants to play
Sorry.
those games. And I hear your point.
You're hurt. Sit down tonight.
But he truly, truly wants to play in these games, man. After being on the sideline for as long as he was, being the competitor as we know that he is, he's going to want to play in these games. So we just saw him, Matt, have a back-to-back where he played 41 minutes one night and 39 minutes the next night, but was still productive in those games.
Sure.
And still came back and is productive in this one. So he's got all the energy in the world right now for him. So he wants to get out there on the floor and use it. Again, that's not a bad thing, man. I don't fault none of these players for none of this.
No.
But I have no problem with him wanting to play, and it's like, play me all of the minutes that you want to give me. I'm going to get out there, and I'm going to try to do my best out there on the floor, as he should, because, again, this is built around him. And we still got to figure out certain things on this team, what stays and what goes. We're even going to get into the Jaden Ivey sweepstakes soon. You know what I mean? To figure out what Jaden Ivey is and what he can be, or if he's somebody still worth taking a flyer on for this team. It's a lot of stuff.
Your guess is as good as AK's.
Exactly. So he's going to have to get out there and play and find that out. Can he play with Josh Giddey? Can he play with Matas Buzelis? So those questions still need to be answered. You know what I mean? Those are things that we're going to need to figure out going forward. But I think it's cool, though, that we have figured out that Giddey and Matas can play well together. We saw another play, Matt, where they did the baseline backdoor play. And he caught him with that nice bounce pass, and Matas goes up with the yaga.
They've run that nice. More and more frequently the last handful of games.
Yes, and it worked real well. So that is key, that these guys can kind of play together. I also liked it was it Matas that he told that Giddey was trying? Yeah, it was Matas, where Giddey threw the ball and it went off of Matas' fingertips and out of bounds.
That was like early. That was first quarter. Yeah.
What I loved about it is immediately said to you, was like, yeah, he wanted him to keep going.
Yeah.
And you saw Matas Giddey saying, hey, man, keep going. You know what I mean? I need you to go that way. I love that kind of stuff. That means you're figuring it out on the fly. But then again, that's why they have to play.
Yeah.
And that's why it has to be like that. We still got to figure stuff out.
Real quick before the break, Malik's 45 in the chat saying Bulls fans want to tank so bad, badly, by the way. But the Bulls are literally known for not picking the right guy, LOL. And shout out to Fine Day. I love when logical people in the chat correct people for me so I don't have to.
Okay.
The draft literally has 4 franchise-changing players in the top 4. The Bulls could pick any of those guys and we would be in a different spot. We want to have better options, not worse options, if AK is so bad at drafting. Duh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for other logical people who see that very simple logic to follow.
Yeah. Like I said.
Well, why? I don't care if we draft top 4 because I don't trust our executive to draft the right guy.
Like I said
all
yesterday
the
on
more
the pod,
reason to draft higher.
Training wheels. He needs training wheels on the bike. That's what top 4 picks are. Training wheels. You wanted training wheels.
Such a tough concept to grasp for
Yeah.
some. Bless your hearts. You keep trying out there. All right, we got to knock out another ad break. We'll come back on the other side. We'll dive into more of what we actually saw from tonight's game after taking that big picture chat with the big takeaway from our friends at Xfinity. Hit the like button. It's free. And we'll talk to the GOAT, too, after this.
Bang. You want to make money from starting your own business. I know you do. Why else would you want to start your own business? You're trying to make money and be independent in your journey. And you're going to need Shopify if you're going to want to do that, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to need them. All right? They're an e-commerce platform behind millions and millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States of America. That's here. Shopify even powers the CHGO merch store. See that one and then see this one. Gray, black, Shopify.
Heyo.
Shopify has got you covered with website creation, product description, email, social media marketing, and much, much more. They also have AI tools designed to help you maximize your sales. So turn that big business idea into cold, hard cash with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Ray
Ray.
Chevrolet. The shot clock is ticking, and it's your chance to shop buzzer beater deals all month long at Ray Chevy during their Car Clearance Madness event. Stop in today and drive home with 0% financing for 72 months on new Chevy models. Or check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories, you're sure to find the perfect car for you. And as one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the entire Midwest, they're able to keep their prices competitive so you know you'll get a great deal. And with that raised price promise, you can shop confidently knowing that the price you see is the price you will pay. No last-minute hidden fees of any kind ever. So why not check out the Car Clearance Madness event going on all month long for 0% financing for 72 months on new Chevy models. Shop Ray Chevrolet, Fox Lake, or at raychevrolet.com. They've been serving the community
Since when?
since 1963.
Good year.
Together, let's drive. CHGO Bulls post game rolling along. Thanks for being here with us, Peck, Big Dave, Joey on the controls. Hit the like button; it's free. Before we move to a couple other players, just wanted to give another extra nod to Matas for tonight because he made a couple of interesting milestones. Did get his 100th block of the season and then some.
Yes.
Shout out to him.
Yes.
And I saw a couple of interesting stats from some of our friends who cover this team with us, bless their hearts. I think the first one was our guy Eli, formerly of Bleacher Nation Bulls. He's with SI now.
Okay.
Players with 100 blocks or more this season: Wemby, the legend Jay Huff, Chet Holmgren, Scotty Barnes, Donovan Clingan, Rudy Gobert, Evan Mobley, and now Matas Buzelis. Really nice list of players to be on.
Yes.
You're like, hey, Jay Huff is here. What are you doing here, Jay Huff? You got an invitation to the party? All right, cool.
Cool.
But the rest of that list, great freaking list of players for Matas Buzelis to be included with.
Yeah.
Then, I believe it was our pal Ricky O'Donnell of SB Nation who pointed out that the list of players this season with 100-plus blocks and 100 made threes, Wemby, Matas, end of list. How you like them apples?
I like them a lot. Granny
Oh,
Smith.
like them a lot?
Granny Smith, baby. That's awesome stuff, man. Like, this is why I set the bar so high for blocks on Matas Buzelis. I set that bar
Smart man.
high
Smart man.
because I was like, he can achieve this stuff, man. Like, I've just believed it. I was like, he can achieve that. Like, he had close to 75 or he had 75, like his first year. He had close to that. Like, come on. How can he not playing 82 or 80-plus games not achieve that, man, the way we've seen that young man play? So Yeah, and keep going is all I'm saying. There's time left, man. I set the bar at 150. There's time left. Let's go get it. Go get as many as you possibly can. Keep going and keep pushing forward, Matas Buzelis. We appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to Matas. Congrats. Keep it going. Like, hey, I know we only got 14 games left, but let's get to 125 blocks. That's doable.
All of it is
That's
doable.
very doable.
Keep going.
Let's go for 150.
Go for 150.
Our guy Paul in the chat said, did I miss tonight's Yuki celebration? Dave looks too calm.
Hey, baby, I'm chilling. I'm talking about this win-loss that we just had. I was very excited to see Yuki come out there on the floor, man. Are you kidding? We didn't dive into the other guys yet. That's why I was just kind of saving.
That's true. But, I mean, we can touch on Yuki real quick if you want to right now.
Every day, let's get on Yuki. Let's do it.
Because he did play 12 minutes off the bench.
Yes, he did.
That little step back midi he had,
Yes,
a little
he
turnaround,
did.
talking trash to some of his former Grizzlies teammates.
Yes, he did.
Took a charge.
He did.
Cut his lip in the process.
He did.
Yuki being Yuki, baby.
Yuki being Yuki and being allowed to be Yuki out there on the floor is what I wanted to see. He had time to be out there, and that is one of the good things about blowing a team out like this is you got some time to be out there, and Billy wasn't tripping on mistakes that were happening. He was like, no, it's fine, do that. That turnaround, every now and then I get a little bit lonely. Man, that turnaround was vicious, man. I loved every second of that right there. But the assist he had a couple of assists. I thought he had some good hockey assists as well, passing the basketball, man. But the hounding on the defensive end is what I really, truly enjoyed. He was hounding Spencer on the defensive end.
Was.
He was on. He said, wait a minute, another dude who's around my size.
He's kind of little.
And you think you're going to be on my level, dog? This is mine right here, all right? Anything from here on down belongs to Yuki. You ain't going to come in my territory and try to take any of this over, all right? And he put the clamps on that young man, and that was so much fun to sit there and watch. He's just awesome, man. He's just fun to watch. He just is. He's fun to sit there and watch. He pleases my basketball sensibilities watching him play the point guard position, and people just want to root for him when he's out there. Like, how could you not? Because he really wants it.
Yeah.
Like, you heard Adam Amin talking about it during the game about how those Memphis teammates and them, nobody was happy when Yuki was up out of there. They loved him. They loved him and how he played. And how could you not, sitting there watching that young man, not love him and how he played? When they're promoting this game tonight and they're promoting the Windy City Bulls game tonight, Yuki was on the cover for both of them, all right? For the Windy City Bulls, Yuki. For the Chicago Bulls night, Yuki. It's fun to sit there and watch, man. And Yuki is just entertaining, and he just brings a smile to your face watching that young man get out there and play basketball and play that point guard position the way he does it. It's good stuff.
Not the most impactful game he's had, if we're being honest.
No,
but
not at all.
Like at this point of this season, in a season like this, why? Just give me some Yuki, man.
Just give me
some freaking Yuki.
Give me some Yuki.
Can we not be entertained at least?
Yes. That's my entertainment.
Speaking of
my
which,
joy.
I also was entertained by Rob Dillingham a few different times tonight, Dave.
This is true.
Another Dillingham game that makes you go, okay. What else you got? You know, I mean, 27 minutes off the bench.
Yeah.
Not the most efficient night. 6 of 15. Did knock down 3 of 9 from downtown.
Yeah.
Was not shy about taking those open looks from 3 tonight.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yes.
At all. And then that one move he had baseline, that crafty layup with that finish, with that English.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like that's NBA guard scoring at the rim kind of stuff.
No, you're absolutely right. I think I like the fact that he took 9 threes in this game as well. 6 of 15 shooting.
Rip.
27 minutes. Again, knowing he's going to be out there, knowing he's going to have that time. I'm sure that, takes a load off of your mind.
Yeah.
Not worried about getting yanked and getting pulled out there. So that's good stuff, man. But again, threw in the 4 assists because of that. Had 3 turnovers and some bad turnovers too.
Oh yeah.
He had some bad turnovers. But still, the scoring was on point. And as Goat said and talked about it, like that's what he was known for coming out of college, was being the scorer. And he's kind of finding his sea legs here in the NBA on how to be that guy, how to be that scorer because he can't be that one. You know what I mean? He can't be the number one option out there. But if he's the guy that they're going to kick it to and he's open, oh, yeah, he's going to be drilling that stuff. And that's what he's showing right now. He's hitting those open shots, which, again, is raising the level of that confidence. So you see those plays on the baseline like we saw, Matt. He has the confidence to get out there and take those kind of layups and take those kind of shots. And that is very freaking cool. And that's what you want to continue to see is more growth and more growth and more growth. Confidence, confidence, confidence with that young man. So when he has that game where he scores 25-plus points and has like 7 or 8 assists and maybe 4 rebounds, you're like, yeah. You'll be like, yeah. You'll remember games like this building up to those things, man. So, no, excited for that young man and knowing that the Bulls are going to be hanging on to him for sure for at least another year, knowing he'll have more opportunity to grow. So he can stay in one place and know what he has to focus on in the offseason.
Yeah.
Like there's no better thing than that right there. You know what you have to do in the offseason. That changes certain things. I'm also curious if he's going to play in the summer league, but we'll see if that's going to be the case.
Dilly?
But yeah.
I'd be surprised.
We'll see. I don't know.
It's already year 2, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You might have it's like you have time.
Dilly would
opportunity.
Cook in the summer league.
Like go out there and let's see. And even if it's just like one game. He gets out there and does his thing, and it's like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. I'm fine.
I don't know if there's a goal that you would satisfy achieving if you're Dillingham playing in the summer league or if you're the Bulls trying to evaluate Dillingham and his potential future with the team by playing in summer league. He's already proven, bad turnovers tonight. Okay. He's already proven, I think, in a few different ways that he's capable of holding his own at times on an NBA floor.
That's fair.
What do you need summer league for?
That's fair.
Like,
that's fair.
Unless it's like a confidence boost thing, because he has talked about the fresh start in Chicago after the frustration of not being able to get on the floor or stay on the floor in Minnesota, saying, I feel like I got a little bit more freedom here to just try things and go out there and play without the immediate repercussions of, sorry, Rook, take a seat.
Yeah.
Because the Timberwolves had more grandiose plans than developing Rob Dillingham.
I mean, but I could use that same argument for Matas playing in the league in his first year.
Yeah.
He proved that he should be on the NBA floor and he can score. He still went to summer league in year 2. He only played like 2 games, and then he was out.
Yeah.
You know, so that's all. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. Like, even though you know you've proven it, like you still have different levels to get to in your game. So it could be just a where is my game at right now kind of thing for him. But he probably won't. But the option is there. Is all I'm saying for him. But he knows what he needs to work on, what he needs to do in the offseason, and that's a cool thing for him, man. But the shot has been so much better in these past few games for him. The confidence has been higher.
Yeah.
And all that stuff is just good to see from somebody you're hoping is going to be a big part of your future.
Chase Ashland. Hey, Chase Ashland in the chat saying, literally turned the game on, and the first thing I see is P. Will dribbling the ball off his leg, which gave Memphis a quick 2-point fast break slam. Why is P. Will still playing? Well, Chase Ashland, I would counter to you. He only played 20 minutes tonight.
He did.
He could have played 40, and it may have helped the Bulls secure that L.
Not with that hot hand, sir.
Yeah, I mean, he got Leonard Miller took his job.
Took his job.
It only took Billy looking at Leonard Miller for
about 3 games.
like 3 quarters of one of his first games of real minutes, and was like, yeah. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
Grab some bench. As shorthanded as the Bulls are, Billy's options tonight were to play Pat 20 minutes or to play Lockie 20 minutes. Or, go super small and play Yuki 26 instead of 12.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been upset with any of those options, honestly.
No.
You were getting the W tonight no matter what.
Yeah.
Pat is just here.
Yeah.
And, hey, at least he provides us a laugh or two.
Well, because we were crying so much. It's laughter.
Well, yeah.
It's to save yourself.
That one little run that the Grizzlies went on to trim the Bulls' lead down. The Bulls got up to by as many as 21 or 22, I think.
Correct.
The Grizzlies cut it down to like 8. P. Will was all over that Grizzlies run.
He was.
He tried. He really tried.
He put in his effort right there. It was turnover by Patrick Williams and going the other way.
There we go. Spencer hit 2 threes in 6 seconds, and there was just a little existence of P. Will sandwiched right in between.
Right in the sweet spot, ladies and gents. Right there.
Speaking of the sweet spot, Joey C., I heard a jingle. Shall we talk to the GOAT? Is it GOAT talk time?
Go.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Joining us on that Go Talk hotline, which of course is brought to you by our friends at Xfinity, the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Our guy Willie Gottlieb. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Read his stuff, allcitshow.com. GOAT. 1, Quaff's looking great tonight. 2, your first and foremost takeaway from the Bulls' easy victory over the Grizzlies tonight.
I don't know if there's one takeaway that I necessarily have from this game. The thing that we've been talking about on press row and in the media room, and Joe Cowley did a really good job of asking Billy after the game, is just like, how does this organizational directive, how is this working right now? Because clearly after the trade deadline, you blow up the roster and you've got all these like mismatch of pieces that don't really belong and that aren't really necessarily staying here next year. And you're clearly trying to rebuild. And yet you're going out here and you're 4-4 in March. I mean, that is not what a tanking team does. And they have by no means declared that they are a tanking team. In fact, quite the opposite. But it's just crazy to me that they continue to do this. And I know you said it right before I jumped on, like they were always going to win this game. That's true. But I think that's like a little bit too outcome-based thinking. It's like the same process, procedural issues that we've been talking about this whole time, which is just that they keep on putting a team together that's too good to compete with these bad teams. And they aren't good enough at putting a team together that's good enough to compete with the good ones. So if you're just going to let life happen to you, you're going to end up in the middle. And it's just so impossible for me to watch this team and think of anything else. And so like the takeaway for me is that they're just heading right back to where they started. And so it's like, what's the point of trading Kobe and Io? And I'm sure there will be people in the comments talking about, oh, well, Matas Buzelis had an 18-point third quarter and Josh Giddey had another triple-double. Both things are true, but they also probably could have happened whether or not they won this game. So it's just another example. And I think it's unfortunate that I have to keep bringing it up, but it's also unfortunate that they keep doing this and forcing me to bring it up. Like I think not calling it out would be a disservice to the fan base, because we're supposed to be calling out what this team is doing, and what this team is doing continues to be wrong. And we're going to keep calling it out until they change their approach.
That's a fact. Buzelis had an 18-point third quarter, and Giddey had a triple-double. Like, no, I'm messing with you. Oh, Rob Dillingham, sir. He had another game where the scoring was the lead for him, 15 points. Just thought he looked way more comfortable and confident out there. Is he getting back to any kind of player that you remember seeing kind of coming into the draft?
He's getting there. I think the shot is still not quite right. But I also just think it's very difficult to take that kind of a game and import it from high school into college and then college into NBA and expect it to stay the exact same when you're a 6'1", 170-pound guard. Like, it just is really tough. And so you're seeing a lot of those same flashes in terms of scoring. I'm glad he put a dunk down today. That was something that he did quite a bit at Kentucky. Incredible shooter at Kentucky. And obviously the assists that we've been talking about have been impacting his wrist, but he made a couple of threes tonight. So good to see him just like getting loose a little bit and making decisions and playing with freedom. I think that's been a goal. Billy was saying that pregame of how they're trying to navigate him is to just let him be free and let him play through mistakes. But I think they're also trying to sort of hone in this idea of like, I'm the guy with the ball in their hands. I'm the guy who everything is running through. I can do whatever I want with the ball, because you also see a lot of these bad turnovers or gets himself into the lane, jumps up, and then gets trapped. And so it's just kind of, it's a process of a young player trying to develop. And I think you're seeing some of the high highs. That's the reason why he was a top 8 pick. And you're also seeing some of the low lows of why he hasn't really been able to crack a rotation on a playoff team that really needed him, right? Like the Wolves drafted him. They traded 2 future picks because they really needed a scoring guard to come in and play next to Anthony Edwards. Why wasn't that possible in Minnesota? And I think you're seeing some of those reasons too. But the same thing with Leonard Miller. Like, it's just going to take some time, and they couldn't afford to be patient. And so the Bulls are the ones that are taking on that risk and taking that chance, and hopefully they can do something with it. But I think it's nights like tonight where you start to see, okay, maybe there's a little something here, and can we start to enhance this part of it and trim down the rest of it to where you get a good player out of it. And I think he's shown enough to where I still believe in the talent. I just don't know how it applies. But that's kind of the process of player development for you.
As we've seen some of these younger guys and sort of question mark players get more run when the Bulls have been extra shorthanded, Goat, I am curious when I see the Bulls official press release medical update on a couple of players like Simons and Ivy. And I'm wondering if you got any more intel from Billy or otherwise beyond what was in that press conference about their timetables before reevaluation. But I think some Bulls fans might be disappointed if Dillingham's minutes, for example, take a hit because DeVet Simons comes back and he's a bucket getter, and the Bulls need to take a hard look at Ivy as well with a restricted free agency decision on the horizon. And anything else you could tell us about that? Yeah.
So number one is I think they're both a bit of a ways away, especially Ivy. I know that the reevaluation I think for him was only 7 days, but like I think there's going to be a significant ramp up period for him. He's been out and like trying to strengthen the muscles around his leg, his quads, his hamstrings, all of that. And I don't think he's just going to be able to say, okay, the pain is gone, I'm back in. Like I think they're trying to strengthen it. They're trying to ramp him up. I think it's going to take a little while. I don't know if he'll play. Like Billy was saying pregame, they kind of are hopeful and expecting him to play. I don't know how much like the old Ivy he will look like now, but the optimism I think from the team is that he will at some point look more like that. I think especially having this summer to continue strengthening and to continue just like building back up the explosion in his legs, that he will look a lot more like the old Jaden Ivey in the fall, whenever the season starts again and when they're going through training camp. So there's some optimism there. But I think also the important note there is that it sounds like somebody that's going to be around. I mean, if they're talking about him next year, then maybe he'll be there next year. So maybe that was a tip of a hand a little bit. As far as Simons, he's just still experiencing some discomfort in his wrist. I think he's also going to have to ramp up a little bit. And what Billy was saying after the game today, just with regards to, the wins and losses and all of that, is that they're playing the guys that are available to them right now. They've got a ton of injuries. And right now, that has allowed them to kind of just go through the game plan and basically just like play the guys that are available. If guys start to come back, Sexton is probably going to be not too far away. Okoro probably not too far away. Maybe Ivy and Simons as well. That's when I think the organization will have to, if everybody gets healthy, figure out like, okay, how are we going to manage these minutes here? And I think that's when you might be able to really determine like, are these people crazy and they're just like still going for it, even though they're 12 games under 500 and there's 7 games to play? Or are they going to finally start to take a look at some of these guys and just shut down some of the vets because we know they're probably not going to be back and they're not really helping you this year anyway. So I think that whenever that time comes, and I'm not sure if it will come, but if it does come, that's I think when we'll really get an indication of like the motive for the rest of the way. But there's only 14 games left, and as Matas said after the game, they're not looking at it like, let's get through these next 14 games. Like they want to try to win, they want to try to get better, they want to try to improve on the team and the style of play and all the stuff that they've been working on. So they're taking this as an opportunity, not as like something that they're trying to get through.
Goat, did Billy have anything to say about some of those guys off the bench, like Dillingham or even the Nick Richards or any of those guys?
Not too much today. Dillingham, I think, was kind of the main focal point. But I just kind of mentioned it with just like how explosive he was and what he was able to do, but trying to like not put that into a box, but like put up some guardrails a little bit for him. So that was kind of the main one that came up today.
Okay.
Any other insights or intel from the locker room after this one that you want to make note of before we get your Goon of the Night nomination?
Not really. I mean, I think the main thing was what I kind of mentioned with Matas is like, they're really looking at this as an opportunity. And obviously like the players aren't going to tank, the coaches aren't going to tank. But I think that's where, circling back to my opening point, is like the organization and particularly the front office has to like protect these people from themselves. Of course, you're going to go out there and like try to win games when you're out there. Of course, they're going to play the guys that are available to them. But at a certain point, and you saw this with the Grizzlies, they are taking things very cautiously. They are concerned with their draft pick, and they're using it as an opportunity to develop some of their young players, but they are protecting the team from itself. And the Bulls are not doing that. And I think it's a stark contrast when you look at the team that's directly in front of them. And maybe by the time, some people are watching this, if it's like 24 hours late and the Bucks have already lost to the Cavaliers on Tuesday night, tied with them for 9th place. So I just think that's something to keep in mind. And again, it's unfortunate to have to keep bringing it up, but like to me, that's the only storyline that matters the rest of the way. As great as it was to see Matas with 18 points in the third, as great as it was to see, the triple double watch, it's like that's not impacting the future of the team the way that this draft pick could. And so to me, that's the storyline.
Agreed. Who's your Goon nomination?
I think I got to go with Matas. The third quarter was just awesome, and especially after a tough first quarter or a tough first half. And Billy kind of mentioned this, like his resilience and ability to bounce back is, I think, what's going to make him a great player. Just the fact that he can go through struggles and come out the other side, the amount of work that he puts in, confidence that he has in that work. I think if he's going to become a player, and I think he will be, it's going to be because of that mindset.
Right.
Go. We appreciate you, Bulls Nation. Make sure you're subscribed. Diehard style, allchgo.com so you can read all the GOAT stuff. And follow him, Will_Gottlieb. We appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you here tomorrow.
Sounds good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
With that, let's knock out a couple of super chats before we get to our Goon of the night, shall we? Our guy, Yuda! Throwing us a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Saying visit in Chicago for the first time this Friday. What to do? Where to go? What should I eat?
Oh, Joey
well,
C
the
was
last
on
question is the easiest one. Everything.
Yeah, Joey C was on it though, man. He was.
Oh, you were throwing
tips.
some ideas in the chat.
Good recs from the chat too as well. Hop Leaf the Bar by Paul. That's a great spot too as well. I mean, yeah. Do everything but the bean, man. You know what I mean?
Everything but the bean.
Could be poor advice in different circumstances,
Yeah,
but yes, in Chicago visit circumstances, absolutely. Obviously, I'm sure you got a lot of ideas as far as Chicago food staples, whether it be pizza, beef, or otherwise.
Sure. Do them all.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? And don't be scared to just do the touristy stuff, man. Do Portillo's. Go to the Art Institute. Do Field Museum.
Do the architecture
first time, man.
river tour.
Museum of Science and Industry.
There's a reason
Yeah.
it's the greatest piece of Chicago tourism because it's awesome.
Yes.
Go do it.
Aquarium.
Art Institute too. Got to check out the Art Institute. I had a
Aquarium's
friend
dope.
from the UK in town a few weeks ago. She had her mind blown by the Art Institute. Other super chat, Joey. Do. I saw Noah. What's up? With a $5 super chat saying, not gonna lie, it's just some games. Even when taken, you just don't lose. And this was one of them. And I'm cool when I see players developing or fighting. Yeah, we were kind of talking about that earlier on. Like this was people talk about schedule L's.
Yeah.
This is a scheduled W.
Yeah.
Bulls back home after a long trip and 2 days of rest.
Yes.
That Grizz team.
Yeah.
Their injury report.
Yeah.
That was a dub. Had dub written all over it. I'm mad at myself for not. We talked about it pregame. I looked at the line. I was like, Bulls -7. That's a chunky favorable
what'd you call it
spread.
again?
Oh,
What do you call
the hedge happiness.
Hedge happiness. Yes,
Yeah.
that one. Yes.
If I have to watch the Bulls win a game, I don't want them to. I might as well make some money off of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't at any point.
No,
That's
it's all right.
that's my own fault.
It's all right.
But yeah, I should have known that the Bulls were going to cruise tonight.
Well,
didn't
then-
know the Bulls were going to cruise
Then let me
tonight.
provide happiness then for you and everyone else. Joey C, if you don't smack him in the face right now, I swear to God.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man. Now, I'm the man.
In all its splendor and glory. Goon of the Night belt is out, ladies and gentlemen. It is here. And we're back in studio, so now the big gold one is sitting at home. The for show one right here, Goon of the Night belt is here. Y'all know how this works. It can go to the best player. It can go to the worst player. You don't even have to go to a player. But it has something Bulls related. Matt Peck, we'll start with you. Who is your Goon of the Night?
Well, I would like to praise Goat for his very strong nomination of Matas.
Very strong.
Put down 18 points in a quarter.
He did his
and made it look easy.
He did.
We'll always happily take that. Way to go, Psycho, Matas. That was fun.
Yeah.
And kudos to Josh, who teed him up on a lot of those. That was a fun quarter.
Was.
I've had better because, again,
I've had better.
competition was not the stiffest.
I've had better.
But my official nom has got to be Yuki, man.
Yuki.
He
Okay.
got in there. He had that tough turnaround fadeaway midi, and then immediately started yapping at his whole team.
He did.
Then he took a charge and busted his lip,
Yep.
and then was like, I might be bleeding, but no, don't take me out. I'm
My
fine.
mouth's bleeding, Bert. My mouth's bleeding.
I love Yuki.
Yeah.
We all love Yuki.
Yes.
Glad we got 12 minutes tonight, but you know what? I tweeted this earlier. When they used Yuki for the game day graphic from the Bulls official team Twitter account,
They did.
That should have been a mandate for at least 20 minutes. And they let me down on that. They let Yuki down on that. Yeah. He's my Goon nomination, but I needed at least 8 minutes more. Shout out Yuki and shout out to Overtime. That's where we go right now. If you're watching on one of our various streaming partners, shout out to Samsung TV, Comcast Cable, Xfinity, Roku. If you want the bonus coverage, head to allchgo.com.
And also shout out to Branded Bills.
Shout out to Brandon Bill.
As well. Shout out to them as well. For the hats.
fine people.
The fine people.
The finer hats.
At Branded Bills, ladies and gents. Shout out to them. Joey C., it's on you. So what you wanting to do? Who is your Goon of the night?
Typically when a dude is dunking all over the place, it's very goonly from Matas Buzelis. But I got to be honest with you.
Please.
And I got to be objective about this.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Buzelli.
No, look.
He had his own one-man run in this game.
I don't think this is going to win, but I think it deserves a mention that, Josh has been playing well for the last week and a half now.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I'm going to give it to Josh tonight.
Nice.
Because I understand that we're doing, we get over-obsessed with his age, how much money he makes, and the stats that he puts up on a nightly basis. And I understand that with the Grizzlies team that was out there, they should have ran that team out of the floor.
Yes.
And they did tonight,
did.
mostly because of Josh. I just thought that one particular, he got the rebound and in 0.3 seconds flipped it to Matas about 75 feet for a dunk down the floor.
Amazing
That's
pass.
the stuff that you want to see that makes, hopefully, the separator that you want to see on a consistent basis from Josh.
I agree.
And Josh went on a heater last year in the second half, down the stretch last year. I'm wondering if we're kind of getting into that a little bit. I thought he shot the ball pretty well tonight, too, as well, even though he didn't score a bunch of points.
Yeah.
I got to be real. Honorable mention. I'm going to go Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey, man. I'm not mad at that at all. Like, I've been talking about him. He's been doing his thing, man, and he deserves that kind of praise right there. Well, you heard from everyone who their nominees for Goon of the Night are. It is time to find out who wins this illustrious golden, silver, and platinum sweat belt right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is it! Goon of the Night goes to Yuki Kawamura.
Yuki!
Come on now. Of course it's going to Yuki. Are we for real out
Come
here?
on now.
You know this is going to Yuki. That young man out there yelling and then locking up Spencer, because I told you anything that Yuki is right at his eye level belongs to him. And he showed Spencer, sir, you ain't coming down to my level trying to do anything. I'm taking you clean out. And that's what he did, man. I loved every second of it. Even Yuki on the double team as well. I saw him running over there to double team CHGO and get the ball out of his hands. He does everything to agitate and uses everything within his arsenal to try to help this team win, from the top of his head to the soles of his feet. All of it is a tool for that young man. And it is fun to see. We love Yuki up over here, man. And this belongs to you, Yuki Kawamura. You are the Goon of the Night. Congratulations.
With that full victory, Yuki Kawamura now with 1.5 total victories on the season. He joins a tier with other 1.5-time winners Trey Jones, Jalen Smith, Ayo Dosunmu, and Red Velvet.
Velvet!
Hey!
Velvet was going for a while. Yes, he was.
Surpassing Lee Patrick, who has 1.3. It's a shame that until just now, Yuki had fewer Goon of the Night victories.
He hadn't been in. That's it. He had not been in. It's that simple, dog. If he had been in more, Yuki might be in the lead right now with this. There's still time. You never know how this is going to go, guys. It's the beauty of Goon of the Night. Who will win the goatee at the end of the year, the Goon of the Year? We will figure that out when it's all said and done. But until then, move on to the next game.
Matas currently leading the way with 3 outright victories. And speaking of outright victories, that's what the Bulls got themselves tonight.
Yes, they did.
I mean, that's the comfiest dub they've had in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. Like you said, the 25-point lead that they hadn't had something that big since January.
Yep.
Like it's been a minute since the Bulls have done it this way, man. Should be longer.
So
But it should've been a minute.
the Bulls are off tomorrow in this stretch of 3 games and 4 nights before their Wednesday, Thursday back-to-back against the Raptors and Cavs. But we will be back in studio tomorrow afternoon, live 4:30 Central Time, with a fresh pod for y'all in studio and a special guest joining us, Dave.
Maybe a special guest.
Y'all should tune in tomorrow for our live 4:30 pod, just in case we have a very cool guest with us.
Yeah.
True Chicagoans will be very excited and happy about this guest.
All players, too.
Dude's a real one.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, again, read the GOAT stuff, allchgo.com. Become a diehard. Use promo code diehard promo code GOAT, GOAT, at sign up to get that discounted diehard sign up price so you can read all the GOAT stuff. Follow him, Will_Gottlieb. Big Dave, Bow, BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. Shout out to our guy, King of the Controls, the one and only Joey C. Follow him, too, at Joey Sports Guy. Tune in to CHGO Cubs on the regular. We are closer than ever to baseball season. Getting underway. Speaking of which, no, not baseball, but you got some hoops action stuff happening around the corner, Joey.
Yeah. Let's do a quick shout out. We are doing a partnership with Sling TV tomorrow night and Thursday afternoon. So if you love your March Madness, tune in live watch along for the University of Maryland. UMBC versus Howard tomorrow night, the 16 seed. Winner gets in, and then so we're going live around maybe 5:45 for the game. So come hang out with us if you want to. And then Thursday, we're tracking maybe around 11:30 when the first games tip off. We're going to be watching those games all the way through maybe the afternoon. So if you love your March Madness, you love round 1. And if you love upsets, more importantly, tune in because Sling TV has some great offers right now. That if an underdog takes down a favorite, you can actually get some great offers and deals with Sling TV. Maybe some free stuff.
Even more reasons to root for upsets. In addition to just the always there reason of it's fun.
Free. Is Gus Johnson doing stuff?
I would assume at least a handful of those games.
Man. Oh, he's the best.
Speaking of people working hard in those broadcast booths, shout out to our guy Adam Amin.
Yeah.
Had himself a journey getting home from that World Baseball Classic.
Yes, he did.
I've done that drive from Cleveland to Chicago in the middle of the night many a times.
Myself
way,
also.
Way less fun when there are severe weather systems swirling about.
Absolutely right.
And he did that after his plane got diverted on his way home after an already very long trip.
Yes. Shout out to being safe.
Amin, the one and only legend.
Yes.
All right, y'all. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon. Have a great night and a great start to your Tuesday. Until then, much love, much appreciation. Thanks for the super chats, the regular chats, the likes. Hit it on the way out if you haven't done it yet. It's free. We'll talk to you tomorrow. See you, Red. Be good.
Love y'all, man. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.